Good afternoon, everybody. 1,029 ice baths in a row today. We're going to talk about thinking a little bit as I get into this ice bath. I don't know if it really matters. I know a lot of people only watch my videos for a couple of seconds. I've got some great videos. I've taught some great lessons, had some really good thoughts. Most people never comment on them. They just comment on the ice bath itself. Why do you do it? Does it get any easier? Woo, all that kind of stuff. So, I'm looking right into the sun this time of day. Let me see if I can scoot over. So, I want to talk today about thinking. I've shared this story before, but it's probably going to be new to most of you. When I was a teenager, I had a friend and mentor who was in his 60s at the time, who owned a trucking company, was very successful, multi-millionaire type guy. Only went to the 8th grade in school. And I remember asking him and talking to him about it one day in the living room of his house. I said, Don, what do you do that makes you so successful? Why are you so successful? Most people aren't, especially with your background, growing up poor, really not very educated, 8th grade. But there's a big difference between education and smart. Don was very smart. He was a very street smart guy. But he said something that really stuck with me. I remember writing it in my journal years later, and I still think about it to this day. He said, I do something every day, Rick, that most people don't do. I said, what's that? He said, I sit down and I think every day. And it really struck me when he told me this. I was 19 years old at the time. And I remember thinking, yeah, I don't think very much. I don't think. I go from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. I don't really think about my future, about what I should be doing with my life, about what direction I'm heading, about what I should do or shouldn't do, things I should stay away from or get involved in. I just acted. I was just kind of a typical teenager at the time. I think I might have had a few advantages. I was a little bit more strategic than most teenagers around me. But I didn't really think a lot back then. And that's amazing to think. Here we are in 2025. Very few people think. They're scrolling through social media. If you're watching this video, if you made it this far, congratulations. I think my average view time is 13 seconds or something. Most people don't think. They just scroll from one thing to the next, the next, the next, the next, next, their whole life. So we need to figure this out, guys. We need to get back to thinking. Depth, character, empathy, real things that matter. We're so far away from that, it's scary. I hope this message resonates with you. One thing you could do today for me is write some of your thoughts down in a journal. I talk about that almost every single one of my ice baths. It's changed my life. It's an amazing thing to be able to journal your thoughts and sit there with them and think about things. Try that for me, guys. Tell me how it goes. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.